What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by Edgeley. You got Whitey here today with your Monday morning NBA slate. Games kick off nice and early today. It's MLK Day, so happy MLK Day. For those of you on the U.S. side of the border, hope everyone's enjoying the day off today if you have it off. Quick recap, on Friday we went 2-1. The JuiceBox lock, Jalen Tyson, over 19.5 total points and rebounds. That one cashed. It actually cashed in the first half as well. Then we had MPJ over 25.5 total points. That hit as well. The Timberwolves unfortunately couldn't cover, but we will still take 2 out of 3 for profit any day of the week. JuiceBox locks are now 120, 93, and 2 all time, up over 46 units. So let's keep it rolling here, and I will let you guys know what I have here on the board for tonight. Obviously, the first game that we're going to talk about is going to be the Pacers and the Sixers. So we're skipping some of the earlier ones in the afternoon. This will be the first game of the day on our slate here at 7 p.m. Eastern time at Wells Fargo Center. Overall, between these two teams, the big if for this play is obviously Embiid being in the lineup. So we'll hop on over to RotoWire real quick. Paul George and Joel Embiid both questionable. It looks like they're trending toward playing, so assuming they play, obviously we're going to be pulling the trigger on this play. The spread for this one has moved to -8. Philadelphia, obviously the better all-around team, especially at home. Indiana's been a disaster all year. Even if Embiid doesn't play, I don't know that the Pacers are going to be able to keep this game even within 10 points. Obviously, if Embiid does play, it should be an absolute bloodbath down low, and I expect him to dominate. First play of the day here that we're going to go with, we'll keep it kind of short and simple. It's going to be the Sixers -8 point spread at home against the Pacers. Prediction in terms of a final score is about 124 to 108 for these two teams. Last 3 head-to-head record hasn't been spectacular, but obviously going back to last year, the Pacers were a good team, went all the way to the NBA Finals, different sort of situation compared to what we're looking at this year here. So head-to-head isn't the most sparkling. However, we are taking the Sixers here at home to cover 8 points, -8 even. You get your money back if it pushes. Best line that I could find on this one was -110 on Bet365, but again, that's going to be a 1-unit play. The next one that we're going to look at, we're going to hop over to Boston and Detroit. This is going to be tonight at Little Caesars Arena, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's a late start as far as Detroit is concerned. When they have home games, it's usually 7 o'clock, 7:30. But 8 o'clock is a little bit later here on the Detroit side of things. Nonetheless, I'm expecting a lot of points here in terms of pace. Doesn't fully support in terms of like data here, but I do think that this is a battle obviously between 2 of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. These teams are fairly evenly matched in terms of scoring output. If we look at offensive rating here, obviously Boston's got a better rating overall, but Detroit eclipses them in a wide amount of categories as well. I do think that Boston's going to be able to put up a good amount of points. Obviously, Detroit's got a good net rating. They have a good defensive rating. That might scare some people off here, but Boston's offensive rating, one of the top offensive rating teams in the league. They're able to score a lot of points. They're able to pour the defense on. They're coming off of a game where a lot of role players had a lot of good points as well. Obviously, Jaylen Brown's been playing spectacular, but I trust them to score a lot here. Also, Detroit at home, obviously trust them to score a lot as well. What we're going to be going with here for our second 1-unit play of the day, it's going to be Pistons and Celtics over 224 total points. It was 223.5 earlier this morning. It went up to 224.5. I would play it even 225.5. I would take the over on that. I think we're going to see 230 or more points here tonight. Score prediction is going to be 120 to 116 for the Pistons. I think they edge out Boston here in a close one. And again, a lot of points. We could even see an overtime in this one. That would not surprise me. The last play that we're going to talk about, which is also going to be our JuiceBox lock, it's also going to be found in this play, or in this game, sorry, but we're going to be targeting Sam Hauser for the final play. So if we want to go over to player props, I'll just go over to table view so you guys can see this. Sam Hauser, we're expecting him to score 15 points here tonight on Edgeley. His line is only 10.5, but you could also play the 10 plus points line at -122 on FanDuel as of a couple of moments ago. In terms of Sam Hauser for his last 5, we've seen his usage increase quite exponentially. He went from 12% usage, 17% usage. He got a starting role and will be starting again here tonight. His usage went all the way up to 31%. He was shooting lights out. He scored 30 points last game. He's got 17, 19, and 30 in 3 out of his last 4 games. The only game he didn't score 10, he had 8, so he was really close. He's playing about 30 minutes a night. Again, we're expecting him to be starting here again tonight. Obviously, don't expect him to take 21 fucking threes. He did go 10 from 21 from three-point land here. I wouldn't expect him to shoot that many, but he's going to be shooting. They're going to be stretching the floor. The pace is going to be high in this game. I like Sam Hauser for sure for 10 points. So what we're going to be going with for our JuiceBox lock here, it's going to be Sam Hauser, 10 plus points. He's over this in obviously 3 of his last 5, as well as 3 of his last 4. He's only averaging 8 points a game on the season, 8.6, but moving into the starting role here in what should be a high-scoring game in Detroit, I really like Sam Hauser to score at least 10 here. Again, best line that I could find, -122 on FanDuel. So that's going to be our JuiceBox lock, our 2-unit play. And then overall, in summary, these are going to be our 3 plays of the day here. So again, we're going to have Philadelphia -8 on the point spread, assuming Embiid and Paul George both play. I locked it already. If they don't play, obviously going to cash it out, but riding with that one for the time being. Then the Celtics and the Pistons, over 224 total points. Best line on that one, -110 on Bet365. And then our 2-unit play of the day, our JuiceBox lock, is going to be Sam Hauser to score 10 or more points. Best line that I could find on that one, -122 on FanDuel, but lock all 3 of these in, looking to go 3-0. Subscribe if you like the content. Make sure to like the video, leave a comment down below if you're tailing any of these plays, and we'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Peace.